Hi, folks. Welcome to One versus One Meet. This is me, D, and that is Cakes. How's it going on this lockdown?
Lockdown. Yay.
Yeah,
Uh,
hence the title tonight. I just couldn't be bothered to be imaginative. So
yeah, no, I
we don't seem to
so
have anything else to talk about, really, do we? So yeah, we tried last week avoiding it, but the subject kept coming back. So
it was just last week. I just was not in the mood at all, in the slightest, to to just entertain it. It was just after speaking about it on Jed's and then speaking about it on Dusty's, and knowing that I was going to do the first installment of um, Corona without scaremongering, which is a thing that I'm going to try and do uh, every week. I was just like, I just want to have a little break
yeah,
from not talking about it. But I want to say I feel a little bit better about it, but I don't. Do you know, I don't know if you guys are the same, but do you know when you can just, you feel the atmosphere? I, I'm quite a perceptive person. So like if my mum's in a bad mood, for example, I know it and I can feel her bad mood. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys feel the
yeah.
same.
No, it's where the saying you could cut the atmosphere if a knife comes from. We
Yeah,
feel each other's vibrations. I mean, it's yeah.
yeah, we do. A minute and 44 seconds in. um, but no, I can feel this almost it's a somber feeling. Somber. That's from Overwatch. That's a game, but it's just
Palpable it
ugh.
is.
It's
Yeah.
just I can feel that everybody in my community just feels like ugh, and they hate it. So yeah. Hi Vlad and hello Jed. How are you both? How is everybody else there?
Pretty
What have
going
you all
right.
guys been up to? Jed, I saw the church that you went to. Absolutely stunning walk. I might show you at the end of my road there's an old moat and you can't there's not really any remnants, but I might have a walk up there and post it on my channel so you can have a look. Um, yeah, it's called Hobbs Moat.
Yeah, I've
Um,
avoided actually going up to my church because it's just been too windy, and I mean, I don't know how that. I didn't actually watch that video back that I posted the other day, the My Country one, so I don't know what the wind sound was like on that. But
it wasn't that bad because you did mention it. You could hear it. I mean, it was there, but we could hear you just as much, so it was all right. And hello, madam, and hello, Paul.
yo, Paul, man,
How are you all? Ahoy! This is not a telephone call.
ahoy, hoy,
Hola,
hola, ¿cómo estás?
muy bien.
I don't even know what I just said.
How are you?
Oh, is that what "cómo estás" is? The "cómo
Yeah,
estás"?
muy
Right,
caliente.
okay.
Oh, then you got comment tu ça va? That's French. Le français? Oui, très bien. Je voudrais un hamburger. Comment? Uh,
A
come on,
Melabouche.
hamburgers.
Yeah, that shut your mouth as far as I know.
Tu as un préservatif? It means do you have a condom? Pourquoi? Bonsoir. Um, what's I've had a calm walk with the dog. No one out to freak out. So Dan went to the shop yesterday, and because we ran out of milk and we'd almost run out of milk and he'd run out of coffee. So Dan walked down to the local shop just down the road, and people were literally walking in the road to avoid him and to avoid each other. They were crossing the road.
I wish I was filming on the way back. Right? I mean, fair enough, those two joggers ignored me down at the spot. But on the way back, there was a young couple walking their dog, and they literally walked right out into the field, like right around. They didn't make eye contact with me. They didn't do anything. Like it was. fuck. I was like, no fucking way.
Crazy.
And I'm not just not used to that in this environment. I mean, usually if you're within eyesight of someone, you at least like throw your hand up kind of thing. Like, I mean, this is crazy. This is craziness. Like
Oh
being
yeah, no, where
ignored
I'm
by
from, you look at the
well,
ground and you
4
walk really
people.
quickly. But you do acknowledge that there's somebody in front of you where I am by staring at the ground and increasing your pace to get away from them. In fear of being stabbed. A lot of businesses are closed here. Very quiet Saturday. Even the flea market is closed. I've seen them open when it's pouring down. Yeah, I believe over in the UK we've got supermarkets are open. I caught on Dusty Blonde's show just that Carphone Warehouse is open because apparently they're a necessity. In a way, I can see how phones and communication is a necessity, but to have the actual shop open, maybe not. I don't know.
I find it amusing. We're all getting our posts still because we've got to make sure we get the bills out. Got to make sure we get the bills out because not being
Yeah.
funny, it's the only thing the postal service is used for anymore. I used to work in it. I know, and
yeah,
so they're all fine to walk around spreading corona on the letters for us. Like, yeah, there's a bit of coronavirus for you. Go on, take it, take it.
Jed said there's more people wandering out there than there's ever been. Old fogies aimlessly walking around like the night of the living dead, almost as though that because they've said you're allowed to go out for exercise, people are going out for exercise. Because I've noticed a lot of people going on walks, like not me personally, I haven't been outside because, well, it's outside and I don't like it.
That walk I did the other day was just my stand against this staying indoors bullshit, really. Like, yeah.
Well, I've just heard of a lot of people on Facebook going out for walks. They're doing the rainbow walk and bear hunts with their kids. I understand the bear hunts and the rainbow. Okay, so the rainbow walk. Okay, so you draw a rainbow and you stick it in your window. It serves two purposes. One, to brighten up the day of NHS workers and key workers. If you're in the UK, then key worker gets about a bit. I don't know about in other countries, but key worker basically means the people who need to work. So it's to brighten up their day. And the main purpose I see is so that kids can feel a little bit more connected to the world. Instead of just being with their family, they can walk past the house. Oh, there's a rainbow there, Mum. Look, there's you know, I don't know. Freddie drew a rainbow.
I'm just so mad. It's ridiculous. But go on.
Freddie drew a rainbow because he saw it on the one show with my mum, and he was like, "I want to draw a rainbow," and I was like, "Mate, you can draw as many rainbows as you want. Let's do it." And the teddy bear hunt is for kids. You put a teddy bear in your window, and kids go out on a bear hunt with their parents and look for the teddy bears in the window, which I think is adorable. Personally, I think that's super sweet. But Dee's obviously going to find an ulterior motive for this. Go on, Dee. Ruin it for us all.
Ulterior motive. It's just horse shit upon horse shit is what it is. It's madness. We're mad. We've literally gone societally mad. Like individually, we all seem fine, but we are literally in a state of madness at the moment. I'm just wondering when we're going to start suing the government for causing this undue fear and whatever.
That's
like, I mean, it's not on. It's not fucking on. It's been proven now. It's absolute horse shit. Like, I mean, it's not even. There's not even lots of different evidences. It's been proven that it's horse shit. Now, it's proven it was horse shit to the government days before they put it into lockdown.
Yeah. Let's catch up again. So Paul says, I sneezed walking in the main road the other day and a woman almost crashed her car. People are so wobbly. Fell for their health, man. The stress must be massive. It's brilliant. That's Vlad says, yeah, lots of people are walking around here as well. People I've never seen in the 3 years my girlfriend has lived here. Very weird. Jed says, I always walk and hardly see a soul before the lockdown. Now everyone's wandering around. I don't want to go out. Madame put, our hospital is dead. Where are all these packed hospitals not being able to cope? A&E was empty. Vlad says, I've been told to stay away from the places with rainbows on the doors or in the windows. It's where the gays loiter. Sure. I think Trump is draining the swamp.
No. It's laughable that you would think that, madam. Sorry.
I don't understand that at all. I don't get that.
Basically, yeah, this is like the craziest thing that I've heard come out of all this. That this is actually a good thing, and that the governments are now getting rid of the shadow government because of this. I mean, it's complete and utter horseshit.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, this is the exact opposite. I mean, this what's happening now is what conspiracy theorists have been warning about for years. Like, I mean, longer than I got into this. So, I mean, how anybody can be tricked into thinking the exact opposite, I don't know.
Paul says, I've seen a bus with people on it. What's that all about? Well, Dan, his place only got shut down on Thursday. So he had to get the bus to work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and from work.
And why not? So all these draconian measures that are being put into place now, that are the exact result of the things we've been warning against for years, and now they're all coming into place, and that this is a play to get rid of the very people that are putting all these things into place. I don't think so. It just takes a half a second to think about it, madam. It really does. I mean, it's obvious to me. It's blatantly obvious. This is a move of the shadow government. But no.
Okay. Good chat. Oh, that's to Jed. Did you watch Truth Stream video on that too, Jed?
Truth Stream Media. I don't know Truth
12
Stream
Monkeys.
Media.
I'm not too sure what he's on about there. We're living in 12
movie.
Monkeys.
It's Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt movie. Time travel.
No. P Mars, what up, Holmes?
Yo, Pete.
So far, no one I know personally has got it. So nobody I know who personally has got it.
Everyone has it. That's the point. We all have a little bit of. It's just we haven't got enough of it to make us ill. This is why everyone who's getting tested is getting tested positive again, because the test kits that they're providing only test for viruses. They don't actually test for COVID-19. So anybody who's got any COVID has got COVID-19. I mean, say we've all got these viruses. Every single one of us.
So I know I know of a couple of people who have family members that aren't their immediate family who have it. But now it seems that everybody's getting sick. Everybody that I talk to off YouTube is getting sick. So half of the people I work with are either getting sick or their family members are getting sick. And obviously their immediate thought is coronavirus and they're going to die. And that's quite a worrying thought, to have so many people in the nation thinking that they're about to die. Even though, I mean, you guys saw I went through the statistics, even though the statistics prove otherwise, and the numbers prove otherwise, that you're not going to die. I don't understand why a government and why the media would want to make mass panic across the nation. I don't, or across the globe. Or flat plane, if you guys want me to say it that way. Lunatics. But I don't understand. I can't comprehend the end game of the mass hysteria. I can't see the end game personally.
It's just draconian lockdowns, basically. It's what it is. I mean, I say it's now quite evident that we live in a police state. I mean, it's been evident to a lot for a while, but I think now it's evident to everyone.
Yeah.
But as for, like I say, really do. I mean, it's not hard to find a decent documentary about the Agenda 2021 and Agenda 2030. Like, some of these documents go back to like 1992 and stuff. So it's all based on relative thing. But I mean, there's something else that other people that nobody's really talking about now, and that's the whole green agenda as well. But you got to remember, like, I mean, we're looking up at the skies now. We're seeing nice, clear skies. The air feels fresh when you're out and about. And this is going to be a whole green agenda. So this is going to be another way of locking into place all these carbon taxes and all this shit, because the government's going to say, "Oh, look, we shut down for a few weeks, and look at the environment. Look how clean it is. Look how amazing everything is."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and exactly, yeah, we'll give up our freedom for fear of a virus. Guess terrorism wasn't cutting it, and this is it. It's just more freedoms being given up again and again and again. And by far, that we're giving up more freedoms than ever. I mean, we're on house arrest.
Well,
Let's not fool ourselves. Like, yeah,
definitely, we are. Sorry, I was just getting the link and posting it out. Vlad says it's about power and control. They were losing it with everything going on. Now they have it back. The end game is new laws to restrict our movements and freedom. In my opinion, it's going to be the government heroes who will save us from Saint Corona, solidifying their status as trust us above all else. We'll give up our freedom for the fear of the virus. I guess terrorism wasn't cutting it. And yeah, in regards to polls, the government's going to be heroes thing. So a few of my friends have been posting links to China is very, very close to getting a cure and getting a vaccine and all this, and praise China, all this crazy stuff. Like, well done, China, you have created a vaccine. It's like,
well, no, it's Israel that's created a vaccine, isn't it? That's
see, now this is the thing. There are loads of different countries who are trying to create a vaccine. Apparently, it's very, very confusing. Hello, Mick. How are you, mate? So,
yo, mate.
yeah, it's fucking batshit, is what it is. It's fucking crazy. I am worried about I get the end games, but by the way, I get the goals of and the agendas that this fits into, but the creating mass panic across the nation is the one that I don't quite understand why we'd create mass panic. But then again, I do, but I don't. I understand.
You can't think straight when you're panicking.
Well,
oh
yeah.
Sorry, bars.
What up, P?
P?
How you doing, mate? I was literally just about to say, is P still there? Because I want to talk about food.
N-word, N-word, N-word.
No.
N-word.
Nationalist. It's just as bad,
Naga.
right? How you doing, mate?
I'm doing well.
That's good. So while you're here, well, actually, no. Before what did was there anything you wanted to say before I go on a ramble about food?
I think I was gonna say something now I don't remember. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I don't know. It's definitely
he's lost his page on the script. Damn it!
Gosh darn it! I emailed you that 5 minutes ago. How dare you?
I was gonna say one of the parts of the agenda is a society where experts make decisions, and you notice that they're in America, at least, they're putting this narrative where Trump's not listening to the experts, and then like if things get bad, then they'll be like, see, we should listen to the experts. So that's part of the agenda, I guess. I don't know if people mentioned that, but
Yeah, I've heard. Well, we haven't on here, I don't think, but yeah, I've heard some talk of that. We're heading into like a technocracy where we're basically led by experts rather
Yeah,
than governments and stuff. So yeah,
and you're also seeing like the ID stuff where in China they have to like prove that they don't have the virus, so they have scan like an ID, and to get into places you have to have like a scan and show that you've been vaccinated or show that
yeah,
you're
I have heard
healthy.
about the old ultraviolet tattoos and stuff being used as well in some countries, possibly. So you just put your hand under a scanner, you can see if then you've been vaccinated, and you can go on your way, kind of thing.
Yeah, this is
Well,
definitely a
Lee
big
and
deal. Definitely gonna
yeah, I
like
mean, this
change a
is
lot of things about how we live,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, this is gonna. We're basically gonna be putting airport security across the country, if you get me. Like, I mean, I think we're gonna get little like
Yeah,
lot places, and yeah,
yeah, that's what I've been saying. It's like 9/11. After that happened, we accepted the airports. Every time we fly, we get like searched and scanned. We just accepted that because of 9/11. So now, because of the virus, we're going to accept, yes, similar security bullshit and I don't know, maybe some other things that I haven't thought about, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm sure we haven't thought of everything, and there's going to be a shock to even some hardcore conspiracy theorists and stuff. But I mean, I think what we
Something
can all agree on is things are definitely going to change in a big way.
Yeah, something Mick's just said. I saw myself doing the same thing. It's got me acting differently out of respect for other people's fears, and I'm the
Mm.
same. Like, there's a lot of things that I can't type in my works group chat. For example, when we found out that Bojo had coronavirus, um, people in my chat was like, um, "Oh, this just confirms how serious it is," and all this, and I was like, "It doesn't really." Like, you know, he's a politician who speaks to many people in a day and has to shake people's hands for the purpose of his job. Like, he is going to be shaking people's hands. He shouldn't have been putting them in his mouth as well. And but I couldn't say the things that I wanted to say because I knew that I'd either be ridiculed or it'd be completely undermining how other people feel. So yeah, I've found myself doing the same thing, Mick. Um, and like trying not to call my mum a crazy person is really difficult because she said the other day that when we go shopping, when we bring the food into the house, we've got to spray it all with antibacterial spray. And I was like, that's hilarious. I'm not doing that. It's going
No,
straight in the cupboard, mate.
I did
What are you talking
I
about?
did have a mate the other day. He was worried. He was like, "Shit, I can't get hand sanitizer or anything like that anywhere." So I was like, "Oh fuck it, mate. I ain't got hand sanitizer, but here is a big bottle. Like I've got big bottles of isopropanol, 99% alcohol. Like, take one of them, mate. You can at least scrub the sides down with that or something, like. But it'll dry your skin out if you try using it on your hands, like.
Do you know something else I've seen on Facebook? Because all the mums have added me to loads of like coronavirus Facebook groups. I'm like, I really didn't want to be added to these, but sure, thanks. Like activities for your children, and they're all just mind-blowingly bad, programmy. Uh, they're bad. They're nothing I want to teach my son. But I saw this probably about a 15-year-old boy and like a maybe a 5 6 year old boy, and their hands were red raw and starting to blister because of how much the parent had overwashed their hands. I'm like, the thing is, right, I understand washing your hands when you go to the toilet, and I understand washing your hands if you've been shopping and you've been touching loads of things. I get that, but if you've just been to a walk to the park and not really touched anything, or a walk in the woods and not really touched anything, why are you washing your hands? Or if you've just gone from the living room to the dining room, why are you washing these kids' hands like 50 million times so that they're red fucking raw? Let your kid build up its goddamn immune system, you psychopath.
Well, again, that's another part of the agenda, as some are suggesting, that
Yeah.
it's an attack on our health, so we become more dependent on big pharma. Because by the end of this, our immune systems are going to be so screwed that we're all going to be ill anyway.
It seems like a hard to believe story. I don't know. I wash my hands a lot. Never had to get raw red.
Yeah, wash your hands a lot, yes, but when you're using those chemicals all over your hands, it's a different story.
Yeah, and that there's wash. The thing is, P, you're an adult, so you washing your hands a lot is completely different to washing a 5-year-old's hands a lot. 5-year-olds have much more sensitive skin than you or I would.
Even before this, I would wash my hands every time I leave my apartment. When I come back in, the first thing I do is wash my hands. It's like a ritual, and I don't know. I just wash my hands often. I guess I'm kind of a germaphobe.
I wash mine in the morning when, like, after I've had my morning. What's the word? Ovulations, something like that.
We know what you mean.
Gone through my morning routine. Yeah, I wash
you've
my
had
hands.
a shit, yeah. After you've defecated everywhere. No, Pete. That seems to be different to what these parents are doing. They seem to be overwashing their kids' hands and this is loads of parents that I'm seeing with like loads of pictures of kids' hands.
Yeah. I posted a video on my YouTube where this they were parents picking their kids up from school, and like someone at the school had the corona. So when they showed clips of some of these like urban mothers, and they were spraying Lysol or hand sanitizer, they're spraying their kids down with disinfectant. So yeah, people are getting pretty irrational. The media is causing a lot of fear. Well, that's one thing I've read about. I've been reading about propaganda, and it says like fear is a good motivator. So yeah, you see that in effect with this. People are acting totally different.
They are. So Vlad just put hand sanitizer is not good. Neither is antibacterial soap. I only use hot water and I only use dish soap when they get greasy. So as somebody who's kind of trained in this, if you will, really ridiculous thing to be trained in, but you guys know what I mean because you know where I work. The best thing for you to wash your hands with to avoid bacteria and viruses is a bar soap, not liquid soap. Bar soap. Liquid soap has other added things in it that neutralizes the pH balance, but bar soap is alkaline. So our skin's natural pH is on the acidic side, which is where bacteria and viruses excel in. They grow well in acidic. So bar soap usually will turn your hands more alkaline, or turn your skin more alkaline than acidic. And that's
it's proper soaps, isn't it? It's your lye soaps, the stuff that's actually made from the stuff that's alkali, so it actually turns a layer of your skin alkali, which makes it basically come off in a way.
Yeah,
because if you live in a hard water area, you'll notice at the side of your bath that scum around the side of your bath. Luckily, I live in a soft water area now, but I grew up in a hard water area. And that scum around your bath, that's all the skin that has been turned to alkali by the soap you use it.
Yeah. So you want a bar soap to turn your skin alkaline to prevent bacteria and viruses harboring on the skin. Also, a herb soap would be pretty good because quite a lot of herbs have antibacterial or antivirus natural properties in them. The other thing I will say is overwashing your hand in any way, especially when you use a bar soap, because you're turning your body more alkaline. That's what yeast likes. So yeast likes bacteria. Yeast likes alkaline, so you are more likely to then get some kind of yeast infection if you're over washing your hands. So the best thing for you to do is just not be a fucking crazy person and wash your hand as and when requires. And this isn't me saying, by the way, P, I think your routine is quite normal, by the way. What I'm seeing on Facebook is people literally getting up and washing their hands for no reason when they've been sat watching Saturday Night Takeaway, like not going out and then coming home and washing their hands. I think that's quite a normal thing to do. So that's no judgment on you.
I do wash my hands a lot too. Like I probably wash my hands 20 20 times a day or something like. Because I'll just be sitting here and then sometimes I'll get up and wash my hands. Really get my. I don't know. My face feels greasy. I'll go wash my face. So I don't know. I'm washing myself quite often.
I mean, the thing is though, is that I kind of also understand so in the summer, D, you'll know this. In the summer, when you're gaming and you've been gaming all day long and your hands are ridiculously sweaty, and you're like, I've got to just go and wash this off because it's
fair enough.
fucking
All right.
nasty.
Yeah, there are those
Like,
sweaty palm moments.
Yeah, so I do kind of get the being in the house and needing to wash your hands, because your hands are on a controller, it's plastic, and you get all sweaty, so you have to go and wash them. And when I've been gardening, for example, my hands are visibly dirty, and I want to eat.
Like our hands are really dirty. Like my computer mouse would have a lot of bacteria on it. I'm sure I should clean it more often. My keyboard's probably got a lot of bacteria. So like just even sitting here on my computer,
I'm just gonna wash my hands quick.
So
licks them, licks his. Yeah. For goodness sake, I actually feel sick.
Just wash my hands. Look, there you go.
I actually.
Lovely.
That's
nice
disgusting. You are disgusting.
D doesn't believe in bacteria because he can't see it with his senses.
No, I believe. I believe there are little things that make us ill. Yeah. Or,
Paul says, I'm a chef and I don't wash my hands 20 times a day. Lol, overkill P. And then Jed put, I mostly wash my hands with the sweat off my brow. Not lately, though.
Yeah. I am OCD. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do wash my hands.
I don't want to ridicule you for that because that's probably something. Well, you're aware of it. I'm not going to ridicule you for that. It's people who are going out of their way and out of their daily routine and what they normally do to scrub their kids' hands. It's like,
another thing I'm doing is like there's an elevator in my building, right? And I'm taking the stairs instead of the elevator because I figure this elevator is like a germ fucking magnet, right? Or germ trap. So, I am changing my behavior, and everyone is. It's pretty fucked up.
See, I really haven't had to change my behavior. If anything, like I said, I've gone out on an extra walk that I wouldn't have gone on. So fair enough. Maybe it's changed my behavior a bit that way, but
I really don't want to get this. This virus sounds really nasty. It's pneumonia shit. It's not cool.
No, I'll take it and add it to my immunity. Like if I survive through it, really.
That's not how you do it.
The media is really trying to emphasize they're finding stories of young people who have died.
Yeah, but don't.
And I think that's causing a lot of fear.
As far as I can tell, like I say, the way they're testing isn't adequate enough to know what they're actually dying from. So I actually think the death rate of coronavirus has been highly exaggerated.
It's pneumonia, man. They go on the ventilator and they can't breathe and they don't get oxygen. So.
Yeah, the people who have underlying health conditions.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, that underlying health conditions. I mean, I'm pretty positive flu's probably still killed more people this year than coronavirus.
Yeah, I really don't think it's a big deal. Like I've said, I'm like 90% sure I've had it. I'm still recovering from it. I can still coughing up grossness. Yeah, it's delightful.
This would be a bad time to get sick or injured or something because the healthcare systems are going to be stressed. So if you get hurt in some other way, that coronavirus can attack you because you wouldn't be able to get help.
That's actually an interesting fact as well, because where's the most likely place that you're ever going to get injured? At home. And where are we all? Stuck at fucking home.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe I shouldn't ride my bike because if I hurt myself, this is not a time to go to the hospital. Although I've seen some conspiracy people been going to the hospitals and trying to talk to them and be like, Is the coronavirus real? I just like think that's so stupid. This is not a good time to go to a hospital, in my opinion.
So
It's never
Madame
a good time,
Medusa
in
at
my
this
opinion, but-
no, there's not. That's very true. But Madame Medusa said at the start of the Tonight Show that she's been to the local hospital. Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah, the A&E was dead. Yeah, I did see.
Yeah, she says our hospital is dead. Where are all these people? Where are all these packed hospitals not being able to cope? A&E was empty. And I don't know if you caught the toilet last Saturday, P, but Jed even said that his missus hadn't had to come across anybody with coronavirus. She's not worried. Her normal stories of hiccups, her normal stories of the day are still the same. Jesus Christ. And that really hurt. Coronavirus doesn't seem to be wasn't affecting her as of last Saturday anyway. So yeah, I think there's just mass panic for no reason. I think we're all worried for no particular. I just, it's not a big deal. Like, P, honestly, from watching my video on Wednesday, do you still honestly believe that it's as serious as we're being told? If you're trying to talk, you're muted.
Well, it's being sensationalized, but it's definitely, yeah, it is serious. Yeah, I think it's pretty serious.
See, I just think the reaction's serious. See, I mean, like I say, that's my only problem at the moment is the world afterwards. Like, so all I'm feeling at the moment is just dread.
The problem is if the healthcare systems get overrun and there could be a high death rate, like in Italy.
But the evidence, as we're hearing, is that it's not being overrun.
Like I don't know.
I mean, can you attest the deaths in Italy to hospitals being overrun, or can you attest those to other things that we were talking about the other week and on the show that I did on Wednesday? And I mean by that, like the ages of the people there, diets and other things. I mean, you mentioned on Wednesday in the chat that you think diet has stuff to do with it.
Well, your health, right, before you get sick, that's a factor in how you're gonna manage. But the thing is, like, if there's no hospital bed or ventilator and you need a ventilator, then that's when the death rate is gonna like fucking really increase.
Yeah, but
that's the danger.
see, this the thing as well. If this lockdown, I mean, it's not going to get that bad. I mean, all right, it may have done if it was potentially able to and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if we hadn't have had a lockdown. But now we've had a lockdown. Like I say, even the revised numbers, they were saying, what was it, 500,000 people were going to die in the UK, and now that's down to something like 15,000. And of course, they're going to herald the lockdown as a genius move and everything. So again, in the future, it'll be a lot easier to lock us all down for similar reasons and stuff. But again, I just don't see how the NHS is going to get overwhelmed, and is getting overwhelmed, or any, like, I mean, I can only hear from people that, like Jed's missus that works there, if Madam's being honest and she actually went to the hospital, fair enough. But I'm also hearing from other people around me that are not necessarily in the like hospitals and stuff, but working around the NHS. And yeah, again, there's lots more people inquiring, but there's not actually anybody suffering.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It seems like the phone lines are overrun, but the actual the hospitals themselves, don't seem any more overrun than they usually are. I mean, we already know that our NHS is highly unfunded for what it actually should be. You know, yeah.
They normally make makeshift morgues and shit like that.
Pardon?
I mean, they're making makeshift morgues. I've seen some footage in the media where it was definitely hospitals being overrun. Like they've shown it. So
See, this is what I mean. You've seen it on the TV, P-Miles. Come on, mate. Listen to us.
One of my other cats. I'm distracted. One of my other cats hasn't eaten any of his food. My mum's panicking in the kitchen. So if I'm a little bit distracted, it's because I'm having two different conversations.
But apparently cats are really susceptible to coronavirus. It's a real bad disease for cats to get. Apparently. Yeah, because it's a lung one and cats are particularly susceptible to lung diseases and stuff. But apparently this is nothing. How true it is, this is not medical advice, but apparently you can just cure coronavirus by like blowing a hairdryer in your face for like 30 seconds and breathing in all that hot air. It kills all the stuff on the surface anyway because of the heat. Apparently, this is again not medical advice, but
yeah, and if you gargle vinegar and gargle salt water and have a drink every 20 minutes to make sure you push the virus into your gut where it won't affect you because your gut isn't attached to anything else. It's she's gone back in. She's being a fucking lunatic. The cat's fine. He hasn't eaten a meal.
Yeah, again, this is the thing with being in a state of fear. Yeah, it does lower that vibration. That in turn, like I say, affects your thought patterns. So it really does not allow you to think straight.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really cold when I say this, and like I am really sorry if anybody's family has died from it, but I feel that the 99.99% of people who are dying have got underlying health conditions or known underlying health conditions. It's come out in the past like few days that 2 people have died and they had no underlying health conditions, and it kind of just makes me think, yeah, no underlying health conditions that we know of. You know, one of them was a woman, and most STIs, for example, don't show any symptoms in women for quite some time. So could it be that she had an STI and they didn't know about it and she didn't know about it and that weakened her immune system and it just got worse for her? You know, I mean, there's so many times where there's so many times where a perfectly healthy person has caught something and just deteriorated because it was just that time for them, and it's really sad and it's really, you know, unfortunate, but it just is how the world works. You know, there's always something that's going to come along and kill you. And I know that that's a really blunt way of putting things, but I don't think the entire world needs to panic over something that's killing like a tiny proportion of the world. Like a tiny proportion. I'm going to have to be back in a minute. Sorry.
That's good. But yeah, no, it is senseless. It really is. And like I say, I've just had a bloody enough. Really have. So yeah, most people are probably staying away from hospitals because of fear of catching something life-threatening. Yeah, then another reason why, unless people are actually really ill, they're not going to be going to the hospital, so the hospitals aren't going to be getting inundated. And I think if maybe the footage of these ones that are inundated are the ones where people are being forced to go to. So I don't know. None of us are getting out of here alive. That's it. Oh, see you later, P. Cheers for jumping on, bud. Uh, like I say, I have no fear. All I have is dread at the moment, knowing what the world's going to be at the end of this. Like, I mean, I kind of like I gave a time limit of 2030 to see some shit happening. Like, and I was starting to think that maybe all this conspiracy shit was maybe going a bit too far and all that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, exactly what we expected to happen, pretty much around the time we expected it to happen, happens. And yeah, so now, unfortunately, all I have is dread because I have absolutely no faith in humanity whatsoever, especially not now. I mean, if anything, this has been a nail in the coffin for my faith in humanity. So, yeah, yeah, I'm just left with an impeding sense of dread, basically, about how things are going to turn out. So we'll see. Um, yeah, uh, when it's over, we'll have hand sanitizer everywhere, and whatever changed when we were busy looking elsewhere. Yeah, no, again, I mean, apparently there's been bank bailouts. Loads of trees are being cut down everywhere. 5G masts are going up everywhere. Um, like I say, this is in a way this is a reset if you think about it. It's certainly a form of a reset. Whether lots of people die or not, it doesn't matter. The very like I say, this has been an attack on our very way of life, and we'll have to see what life's going to be after this. I mean, none of us really know. We don't know how much these rules are going to be pulled back, if any of them are. How many new laws are going to be put in before the end of this? I mean, it's a joke, and it all stems from government and us legitimizing the fact that governments have legitimacy, which they don't. So, like I say, we deserve everything we're getting. Uh, sorry, like I say, yeah, I'm pretty negative at the moment about everything, and like pretty much fuck you all attitude. So, I mean, I'll be all right if it comes to it. I may not live well, but I will live. Keep getting the spinny thing. Now, a bit of buffering could. That's another thing. Apparently, yeah, they're going to be limiting your bandwidth and stuff if things get much worse and people keep using the internet so much. They bring in what is it, homeschooling and stuff during this. Yeah, apparently they're going to be limiting the bandwidth during it to make sure that the kids can definitely get their schooling in and stuff. Well, I must, yeah, but that's actually, I mean, I have had some pretty poor internet the past few days. Mainly during the day, obviously, because more people are home and they're on the internet. But it's not been like, oh my god, this is pathetic. I mean, it's just been the occasional, yeah, spinny wheel here and there on because I pre-ordered Disney Plus a little while back, um, just to make sure I had it for when it was out, and yeah, I've been watching that tons and tons of that while I've been gaming. So yeah, good time for an alien invasion. They could save us all. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Mick. Uh, See, this is the thing, the whole alien invasion thing. I mean, I'm not sure they play it that way, if you know what I mean. I think like it would be some like, well, why would they slump off the success of something to another species in a way? Like, I mean, yeah, Yeah, I think it's possibly your side, Vlad. But I mean, feel free to jump on and see what happens, mate. You'd be welcome in. Let me put the link back in the chat. Give me a second. Oh, dickhead. Let's hope I'm still on here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on my phone with this tonight, and it's a bit. There we go. But that's the link to get on if you want. Why would they keep saying it only to do it? Seems too easy. Sorry, I'm. Are you be talking about the alien invasion there, Paul? Or yeah, he needs to set up his projector first. Yeah. Yeah, no. See that, like I said, the whole alien invasion thing. I think that kind of stemmed from a lot of flat earthers not believing in aliens and all that kind of thing. So that was bred more on their prejudice against the idea of aliens than the fact that it was a, a realistic thing that the people in power would do. Just because they have the capability of doing that, yes. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't think if they did, the aliens would be the saviors in this anyway. Um, like I said, they wouldn't. They'd have to keep it as them, like the organizations that they want would be the saviors in it all. So yeah, so while an alien invasion may well be manufactured, I don't think the aliens coming. I don't think it would be in any kind of peaceful way. It would be just more merely to do other things. So yeah, a friendly alien intervention is not on the cards for me. Uh, uh, Even if there was an alien intervention, which I'm skeptical about. Uh, like I say, I mean, I love the whole alien idea, the whole all that stuff. I mean, it'd be awesome if you actually understand the real scale of the universe is portrayed in mainstream. Then you'd understand the sheer ridiculousness of thinking that aliens could ever get here. Um, and if you do think it's real, then you really have been watching too much Star Trek and Star Wars. Um, yeah. Oh, they invented green screen now, Vlad. Yeah, get up to date, Vlad. God, you're so 1990s with your projector. So I may well get green screen at some point. It's got to be better than having a bed backdrop and all that kind of stuff. Try and YouTube NASA hope or fake space, and you will get nothing. Hey, what are they censoring heavily now? Are they with all that stuff? I suppose with everyone being home at the moment, yeah, the censorship will be ramping up and stuff on the old social medias and stuff. To be fair, I've got my people I'm subscribed to now. So when I wake up in the morning, I spend about an hour on YouTube where I'll go through my game on my phone. So I mostly have like I said, I'm watching What the Math. Usually because he does like 10-minute video a day. Max Egan if he's posted anything. David Icke if he's posted anything, but it's mostly the same stuff from him. And yeah, like if there's some other guys like you guys have put anything out, I tend to maybe watch that if I've got time when I'm still doing my games, and then it's back onto the Xbox on gaming all day. So it's been, like I say, pretty awesome for me. Uh, Oh, wait there. What went down like a lead balloon? I thought I would see how it worked. Didn't realise I would get razzed about it. Oh, you project? No, I think your projector is actually a good idea, mate. I was literally just being, jokey then about the whole 1990s thing. No, I think it's awesome. I mean, use what you got. Went down like a lead balloon, mate. Well, why? What did you see? I actually didn't watch that. Like, I watched, like I say, the first probably hour of that toilet, and I've had lots of complaints on my channel about that projector flat. So I thought you would like, because I heard, well, obviously on that first hour you said what you were going to do, and you were going to put some fractals and stuff on it. See, I love all that fractal stuff, so I don't get it. It was visually insulting. Christ, you got some snobs as viewers, Jed. Tell them to fuck off. Visually insulting. Fucking hell. I'm not sure we're getting cakes back, guys. Oh, wait there. Sanitizer. Wash hands. Couple of new Corona-inspired emojis for you all. Oh, I actually can't see that emoji then. It's come up as just sanitizer, wash hands. Yeah. People can't handle visual stimulation. Yeah. So like I say, if you did play the fractals and stuff, right? Yeah, no, I mean I can't see anybody would be insulted by fractals and such. Incredible in my opinion. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Come on, Kate, come back. I'm running out of rants. Oh, you was just winding her up. Fuck's sake. So, oh, there we go. We've got Vlad now. Yo, Vlad. How's it going?
All right. Just enjoying this weird environment around us. It's weird because I went to my mom's house. I went to my mom's house. It's about 25 miles from here, and on the way I go by this. I call it a swap meet. It's a flea market. They call it a flea market, but everything's always packed. You get a mile or two before it, and there's traffic all over the place because it's like that's the place to go on Saturdays and Sundays. And there was nobody in sight. It was weird because anyway, they have it totally closed down. I should have taken pictures of it. I was going by to other cars. I didn't want to pull in and stuff. So I was like, wow, this is weird. This is, I would say closed until further notice or something like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Because these people, I've seen them before where it's pouring down rain. I mean, thunderstorm and everything. And they're still out there selling shit.
They're still packed out, like running around in their ponchos and everything. Right?
Yeah. And I've seen, about 80% of it's covered. But there's a lot of, that means, 20% of it's outside. I mean, I don't know how these people sell the stuff. I mean, it's getting rained on. There's no cover. It's like out in the parking lot with some stuff thrown in a pile and stuff like that. So it is weird to see, that empty. It looks like a weekday. So, yeah, it's pretty weird. And there's some stores that were closed. I didn't expect. What was it that was closed? There was a whole plaza that was closed. Everything on it was closed up. It was a Goodwill that was closed, and what was the other place? I can't remember what the other place was, but there's there's a couple other restaurants, like little smaller restaurants, like the hole in the wall ones, so they had everything on that whole strip mall was closed. There's like three cars in a parking lot.
I mean, I'm just being told what's out and about by people who are out and about. So yeah, I've not actually been out and about to find out.
And Jed fucked up because now every time I get on air, I'm gonna have that. I want to have that thing going behind me.
Yeah. It was just him that hated it as well. Yeah.
He probably won't let me on anymore.
Oh, we've just lost
I'm not
Cakes.
on there. You can say hi. Honey wants to say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Just want to say hello.
How's it going there? You okay?
Fabulous. It's a beautiful day here in Alabama.
Oh,
Skies are
it's been
blue.
amazing here for the past few days, I've got to say, to actually see blue skies and real clouds.
Yeah, I know. I liked your video you did. That was pretty cool. I showed her some of it, and that's pretty nice view you got there.
We have
That's amazing. And like, as you saw, it's literally like 100 foot from my house. And that's it.
Yeah.
We have an advantage here in Alabama. It's about to be 85 degrees and the virus hates the heat. So we should be good.
Yeah, that would be the end of Corona over there then. I mean,
Hopefully.
we've had the wind picking up the past 2 days, but so I think we're in for a bit of a cold spell before it gets warmer here. But yeah,
Where'd
it's
Cage
still
go?
early spring.
Yes, one time I don't really mind the heat. Because I'm thinking, yay, it's going to be hot today.
Yeah, it was a little warm out there.
I'm a heat person. I mean, I hate the cold, so any day that's a warm day is good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, you take care.
And you?
Yeah, that was we were looking forward to going to the beach and everything. We are gonna go. Was we gonna go camping at the beach this time, or? Yeah, they have a spot that's in Panama City, which is like that crystal clear water. I mean, it's beautiful. It's about 200 miles. It's about 200 miles down the coast, and it is absolutely beautiful. We were going to go do that this this spring, but now this all came about, so they all that stuff's closed down now. None of it's open.
It's quite. I think this has scuppered a lot of people's plans. It really has. This is again going to check because it's going to take a while, I think, for people to really truly venture out again afterwards, like to feel safe once this is over.
Yeah. Yep. I've noticed that most people weren't, because we went to a few stores here and there. They're not really too standoffish, like I thought they would be, like all freaking out, like, oh, that 6 foot thing. But when you're in the aisle of a store, here they got them down to narrow to 4 foot. So you're they're 4 foot wide. They're just enough for a wheelchair to go through, and maybe one person next to it. So everybody just walks right past casually. They're not all trying to recoiling from you. They're not doing none of that. So it's pretty interesting, just the interaction with people. People seem friendly. They're not all scared. So I haven't seen that yet. So I'm not.
No, for 1 out of 6 people has been okay with me when I went out on the walk the other day. And that was that old lady that I met twice on the walk. I see her first before I go into the field, and then down when I'm sat down. And I'd stopped filming before I saw her the second time. But there's the couple of joggers, wow. Yeah, completely ignored by them. And then the young couple again wouldn't even make eye contact, walked right out into the field to get around me on the way back. So for me, it's been completely the opposite. People really have been scared. Yeah, no, I'm not sure where Cakes is. To be fair, I know a cat's had a bit of trouble lately, so I'm wondering if something's happened there. But I'm sure she'll let us know at some point. We will let you know what's happened. But, if she doesn't come back within the next 30 minutes, we'll probably call it a close. But yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying earlier on the chat was that everybody in the neighborhood, it's so weird seeing people walk around and they're jogging, and it's I've never seen these people before, in literally the 3 years that she's been here. And I know the people that jog around in the mornings, and there's so many evenings, see those every once in a while, but there's I say 60 people, or say 50 people now I've seen that I didn't even know that lived in this neighborhood.
That's the thing. I think now like people will locally, yeah, you'd be lots of people out and stuff like Jed was saying earlier as well. He's seeing loads more people out and about on his walks and stuff like than he used to, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I just got a message from Cakes. Sorry, give me a second. Oh no, where is it?
No, so far they've all been very friendly. Now it's
Yeah, she has to take a cat to the vet. So yeah, it's a
you're
cat
right.
issue. Okay, so yeah, we'll give it another well, say till 10:30, and then yeah, we'll call it a day. We'll probably do another show in the next couple of days then to catch up with you guys, because I'm sure Cakes will not like the fact that she's had to leave you, if you know what I mean. Obviously, fuck you lot, her cat's in trouble, but she won't like it anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you watched have you seen any of my videos on BitChute?
So I actually I haven't been on BitChute probably in 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah, well, I haven't done any new video. I did 3 new videos, but one of them's me cutting down a tree. And if you look, when I'm picking up all the stuff, I have like a little time lapse thing going on, and then but you can see in there there's a couple that walked by and talked to me for a minute or so. You can see that, but it's real quick. I mean, but yeah, as I was cutting a tree down, people were talking to me.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm don't get me wrong, because it's been nice weather, so I've had my windows open the past few days, and I can hear people talking outside. You know what I mean? So I know people are having conversations and stuff as they're passing, walking their dogs and stuff. Because, like I said, I do live in the country. There are a lot of people that walk their dogs, especially to where I went the other day, which goes right past the front of this house if you want to get there, basically. So yeah, there were a lot of people that pass here. My mum's been out doing a bit of gardening in the front garden and stuff. I heard her yapping to the neighbours and stuff. But yeah, I think people are keeping their distance, even if they are, because it's raised voices, so you can tell they're trying to make themselves heard and stuff. But yeah, and I did actually, because in the UK we had this big clap thing. I didn't understand what it was about, but the other day, one person in my whole street actually came out and did the clap.
Oh, geez.
And I found out about an hour after it had happened why it had happened, and I was like, "Oh my god!" At least there was only one Muppet on my whole. Or I can hear, because he was the only person I heard doing it anyway. Because usually you can hear if more than one person's clapping, if you get me. And it just sounded like one person. So yeah.
I seen a compilation of that all around the world. People are clapping for all the healthcare people. But check this out. I was thinking, what if they're liberals and they get triggered real easy? What happened to doing that? Doing the clacking of the fingers, the finger clack. So what the hell? So there's an exception. See,
I have no frame of reference for the finger clack. Sorry.
Well, and all these stupid liberal places that they do stuff, they have seminars and stuff like that, or wherever they do, meeting places, they can't clap for anybody. They gotta click. They do that little
click. No, yeah, I didn't know.
You've seen videos of that? It's hilarious, dude. Because they're like sitting, a cheering and clapping. Nobody's allowed to cheer or clap. They gotta do. You hear a bunch of that, like 200 people doing that, dude. It sounds crazy. But yeah, so
that's crazy. That's like going to a deaf event where they don't clap, they wave. Just seeing a load of people there waving, like.
Oh yeah, there's that too. But say if you can't wave, at least or it's either or that. It's wave or the clicking sound. But it's funny because now they've changed the rule now you're allowed to clap. You're allowed to clap, but when they say you are. I was like, what the fuck? I happened to the finger snapping or wave.
It's madness. Sorry, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing about this for the first time, and it.
Oh, you gotta see it. Look at some videos about finger snapping and audiences finger snapping. It's hilarious. There was one.
It's making me think. The old like what is it? Spoken word places like poets and stuff where they sit there and they and doing it. I can just imagine the audience like at the end of their doing it, like maybe, but like the whole fucking liberal thing, like oh god.
Oh yeah, it's funny. And yeah, there was, the one is the funniest is I think it was something to do with the Democratic stuff, Democratic convention of some sort. And they had all these people doing these, like, they're asking permission to talk. And it was just so crazy, and they're saying, they want to use their privilege. They were asserting their privilege and stuff like that. And then, but I had this one guy in the audience stand up and say something about sir or ma'am, or I said sir or something like that. And he, the whole ma'am thing, some tranny stands up and starts freaking out. No, ma'am, it's ma'am. And it's like, what the fuck? I was cracking up. I was wanting to get to a video of that, but it's just so much of them because it's like an 8-hour thing. I mean, it's like in segments of 2 hours, and there's like 4 of them, so it's like 8 hours of footage you got to go through. And the people that have edited it, they have all their crap all over it, so you can't, you'd have to have
watermarks
there's watermarks all over it. So, but the raw footage is there. It's just you'd have to go through 8 hours of it, and I was like, I can't do this to myself.
No. I can imagine. I don't think I could watch fucking 8 hours of liberal fucking bullshit.
Like with Flat Earth Reset, when he does all his Patricia Steer videos, I always tell him, I was like, how the fuck do you watch this shit? I get about 5-10 minutes into it, I'm like, I can't watch this. And he's doing it, and he has to watch the whole video and then edit it too, to get the parts he wants. So I'm like, why are you tormenting yourself like this, dude? And it's cool. I like your videos, but damn, how you're like, that would just kill me to have to watch that many times over. Because I've edited, doing my own videos. I know how many times you got to watch this stuff. You just don't slap stuff together and call it a day. You got to watch it, make sure everything's on track, the volume's right.
That's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch it. You got to watch it for you. At least that's what I do. Maybe nobody else does that. I don't know. I'm going to make sure it's right. And I did fuck up one of my videos. I actually accidentally put the ending right after the beginning. So it's weird how it is. I have the presents and it says, thanks for watching. And then the video starts. So I'm like, oh, fuck. And I already got a ton of views on it. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just leave it.
Yeah, you can handle little glitches like that.
Yeah, but that's a little different than how, I just had it in the wrong position. I was going through it real fast. I think I had like 5 videos that day. But yeah, you gotta check out a couple new ones. They're funny. Especially
I'll get on BitChute once I get on the PC. I've not been on a PC for a while either. I mean, I spent $1,000 on it just before Christmas, and I've barely bloody used it.
Really?
Oh, it's crazy. Honestly, it's like I say. Unfortunately, when I go into these little slumps, everything kind of goes out the window apart from the gaming. So.
Oh yeah, I think I was in a parking lot a couple of days ago and coughed. I just went like that. That's all I did. And this guy who must have got 50 feet away turned around all like fucking jumping, oh fuck, where's that? Get away! It wasn't like I was like right behind him. I was 50 feet away. You like freaked the fuck out. It wasn't able to hacking and coughing. It kind of I just cleared my throat is what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, just a natural. Yeah,
that's all I did. It wasn't like all. I wasn't doing none of that. It was only for like a split second. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, it's scary. You can't really do that now because there are people getting arrested for that.
It's scary. And it's you putting fear into somebody. It's especially if you are just doing it to make people jump.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, that's not why I did it. But yeah, I was thinking about doing it just to get people's reaction. But now we find out people are getting arrested for doing that. And they're not even
crazy. People have been doing practical jokes for years. I mean, you got those jihadi guys that go around like dressed as fucking terrorists, chucking like parcels at people and stuff and running off and shit. Like, I mean,
yeah. I remember there was one. I think it was in Phoenix. It just happened in Mesa, Arizona, which is by Phoenix. They were dressed up like Muslims, and they started attacking each other, but they had like rubber swords.
Yeah,
they were just doing a film, and then they get in trouble. They had all the footage and stuff, and he got in trouble. The cops came and everything. And they said, "Oh, we're just filming it for a scene for a movie we're doing, like a little like a student film they were doing." So that's what they were saying. But there was these guys that go out and they do these practical jokes and stuff. But that's what they were telling the cops, and they ended up letting them go. They ain't in trouble, but people freaked. This is about maybe 10 years ago. So yeah, people freaked the fuck out. I think you can
Well,
still see the video footage.
well, no, it is funny to watch. This is the thing, but unfortunately, it's totally against natural law to put fear into somebody. So, yeah, as funny as I find it, it's not a good practice. Oh yeah, no more lies. Unfortunately, yeah. I'll let her know your thoughts are going out to her at the moment, but unfortunately, not much more I can do about that, man. Like I said, we'll probably
Blame
do
it on our
another show
cat.
in the next couple of days, knowing Cakes, because she won't like the fact that she had to leave.
Blame it on our cat. I didn't even go say hi to the cat. That cat my mom has over that stray cat that comes around. We call it, my sister called her Sally Cat, and I forgot to see her when I was over there. I'm quite fond of her. And I'm not really an animal person, but it's not inside the house; it's outside the house.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'm not. I like animals. I just don't like being a pet owner. If you get me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I am. I say I don't hate animals. I just don't have it in me to take care of one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is pretty much take care of itself. My sister buys the cat food for it, and but when we sit outside, it comes and runs up and jumps on me, and it tries to nuzzle its head in my neck. And it runs right up to me. So I'm like, well, I ain't gonna push it away, if it's friendly. Because there's a couple other ones that came around. We had to get rid of them because they were feral, and they were, as male cats because it's a female, and they were messing with the female. Yeah. Actually, she had marks. I thought it was worms or something, but there was no like worm indicating as worm. Is just tufts of hair missing, and then realizing it was a male cat trying to have sex with her.
Yeah.
So they're fighting and stuff like that. So we took them. I had a video of it taking them out in another part of town, about 40 miles, and the other one about 20 miles, and just letting them go somewhere else, so they get away from this, so they wouldn't come back. And it's weird. It's both cats. It's both like that tabby cats. It has that orange and white stripe color. Both of them look like that too, so they might have been related. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think what happens sometimes, they get chucked out as like a litter kind of thing. People can't handle them, or they're the last couple of cats that they can't like get rid of, so they're chucked away as family unit. They stick together and hunt together, I suppose. But yeah.
Okay, what's this Beyond Belief saying?
Yeah, no, I've just so it's just I'm a bit like I say this StreamYard shit is a bit delayed, but yeah. Have you apologized to Jamie Brown yet, dear? Have I apologized to him yet? Oh wow, I think you might need to get a grip on the situation there, Beyond Belief.
Yeah, I thought that was all resolved.
No, as far as I was concerned, I thought it'd been forgotten. But
well, that's the part that's resolved.
Yeah, no, like I say, until Jamie realizes what he's got to apologize for, then I'm sure he will have a problem. But I'm not sure why he's got such a problem with me. I barely said anything. It was I was just there basically for Cakes. So in fact, actually, no, I can imagine why he would be perceived to have a problem, actually, because it would, like I say, it would take some thought for him otherwise to digest what he's done, and he's not capable of that. So it's easier to make it seem like it's everyone else that's done it to him. But what do we normally talk about here? All sorts of stuff. Usually we've got Cakes, my co-host Cakes, but unfortunately she's had to take her cat to the vet. But yeah. Oh wait there. Do you still believe in body? Oh, right. Sorry, he's talking to Paul there. Sorry, Vlad, going off subject there a bit.
That's okay.
I mean,
I was letting you talk. Let's go ahead and take care of what you got to take care of. I said I don't know. I only know a little bit that I know of, and I don't have enough to say, put anything in. That's why I was letting you talk about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's not much. Like I said, there's not much to say. I mean, I thought people were over it. I can't believe it's still being talked about. This was like a month or so ago, right now.
That's why I thought. Whichever way it went. And then you guys are best buddies, but whichever way it went, I thought it was already resolved in that aspect. Whichever way, and it's not no animosity as far as I know going from anybody.
No, certainly no animosity. I wish him the best. Like, I mean, I think I've said that a few times. I've seen things seem to have worked out for him. Like, he seems to be doing okay from this. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we're
I
gonna.
mean, to be fair, it's probably the best thing for him and what he wanted to do with his channel anyway. I mean, he didn't need people like us that were about keeping it real. Because he wanted to get into the whole networking and the just this being on YouTube for the sake of being on YouTube and getting money for it.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
So, yeah. And like I say, good luck to him on it. If it works out for him, great. If he ever wants to come and have a yap, he's more than welcome to. Like, I mean, there's certainly no animosity. I hold no grudges.
Speaking
It'd
of
be nice if he apologized before, but
speaking of
so you're claiming to? Oh, right. Sorry. He's right.
Speaking of outdated equipment, I was because every once in a while it comes up to his videos and my suggestions. It looks like he's went downgraded in his video quality because let's say it's from the 1990s, early 1990s. Well, the early 2000s, I should say. But the video quality, have you seen his new videos?
I've seen the thumbnails to a few, and it almost looks like he's put like a cartoony filter on or something.
No, they're all whitewashed, like an old, like a 2 megapixel camera. Probably a 1 megapixel.
That's all he's got to work with now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's odd that until the outdated technology of mine of using that thing I've had. Yeah, I just wanted to see what it looked like. I did some tests and stuff beforehand, but
well, it's just Jed that don't like it, so I say roll with it, mate. Yeah.
I didn't see comments anybody say anything about it. It's only been Jed.
Yeah, I don't disclose that any longer beyond belief. It's a waste of time argument. And like I said, as long as there's little kids getting shagged in the arse by paedophiles and everything else is going to shit, then it's the least of our worries.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have my perception of things, and but yeah, there's things a lot more important than that, than the shape of the earth.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it is a question for the future. Don't get me wrong; it's certainly a question for the future, and something that should certainly be investigated a lot more, but not right now. Not until we've got the rest of the shit sorted, which will then free up the means with which to solve all the other problems.
There you go. That's exactly it too. There's other stuff that's interfering with all that anyways. So.
Yeah, no, it's not relevant at all. But like I said, I was just explaining why I no longer disclose. That's all. It tends to isolate people. It tends to cause conflict where it's unneeded. There was a massive cult element to things, and when you no longer disclose, it's a lot easier to find out who the cult-minded people are.
Well, and also people use it to try to insult your intelligence too. The whole shape of the earth thing. Instead of looking at other things and how other aspects of it, they want to just go out and say how stupid you are and how you're an idiot.
That unfortunately is the cult side of it, and that's what I mean. It's a lot easier to pick this out because you hear people's comments and you see people's comments, and you can just automatically see where people are in their thinking, really, right, and how open-minded they really are, or how closed-minded they become thinking they're open-minded and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy.
So who is this beyond belief? What? I guess they're a flat earther.
Well, see, the reason I bring the word cult up is because he's someone that comes from, if I remember correctly, the Dell camp. So very cult-minded. Or in the past, my interactions with Beyond Belief have certainly been. But this is back when I was cult-minded as well. So yeah, it's. Slogans, put it that way, and stuff. But again, I'm not saying that's the case now, which is why I'm trying to be careful with what I say, using the word past and stuff. But
I did ask. Don't label me. Oh fuck! Not this fucking shit. Okay.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Yeah, it's a reaction. It's a
What's
reaction.
your ideas? Where do you stand with the shape of the earth? Okay, let's start right there. Where do you stand? No, I know. My perception is flat. It's fucking flat as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just don't share that with anybody anymore because I have other things I want to talk about, and most flat earthers don't. I've gotten banished from everywhere, and then the globe, and then like I said, I got along more with the globe earthers than I did anybody else because I didn't go. I wasn't in attack mode with the flat earth stuff. Other stuff I was, and they understood that. But
So I don't tend to get along with people for long, to be fair.
Okay, what the hell? That's what Dee just said. What the fuck?
What? Hey, what? Sorry, what? So it takes a little while for the chat to catch up on this StreamYard sometimes. I've still got Paul Curran as the last one.
The full dimensions of the earth. Well, you just got done saying the same exact thing. Not in those words, but that's what you said. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at too. But my perspective is fucking flat.
Like I say, beyond belief, that this is like a long time, about a year ago since I think we've had any interaction at all. I mean, again, my timescale might be wrong there, but so like I say, I'm not projecting you as you were back then. I'm obviously like listening to what you got to say now, and I'll make a judgment on that. But can I be specific about that claim of cult-minded? It's hard for me to just come up with a specific, unfortunately. If I see it happen, I'll point it out for you. That's about the best I can do. But it's not necessarily, like I say, your idea of what a cult mind is not what my idea of a cult mind is, put it that way, or it may not be. Yeah.
Okay, so they just told me I'm not hostile at all. I was laughing about it. What the fuck? How is that hostility? You're not saying me one fucking bit. So you just told me you're a instigator is what you are, because you're trying to do stuff to get a reaction from somebody.
Yeah.
All I do is laugh.
At the moment, I'm seeing, unfortunately, from you beyond belief is not necessarily cult-mindedness, but projection. Unfortunately, you came in here.
There you go.
With obviously a heated question that we thought had all died down. You obviously wanted to start a little something here, and since then you have been very confrontational, and now you seem to be projecting that on everyone else. And see, unfortunately, I can still just picture you from the Dell camp, so it's hard for me to drop that biased thought of you. Like, even at the moment, you're backing up my biased thought with your comments and stuff, but it's yeah.
Watch it, D, getting hostile.
Yeah, I know. I it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's all they're doing. It's where this beyond belief is an instigator.
Yeah.
We both done it clean ourselves.
Well, it certainly used to be, and but like I say, I'm not afraid to. See, you seem to think like that's something to be afraid of, having biased thought. But when your biased thought is then backed up by comments and stuff, it's a lot harder to say it's a biased thought anymore. Like I say, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but unfortunately, if anything, you just solidified the biased thought I already had, which was based on confrontations and stuff we'd had in the past. And no, it's not just because you watched Dell. It's because, like I say, from my experience of you in the past, that was unfortunately your guru and your leader, and very much heavily where you seem to get all of your information from. And
here we go.
Yeah, see, this is it again. It's a confrontation all the time. You just try and bring out the worst in people.
Don't let your guard down. That what it is said right there is to let your guard down.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, see, I'm not guarded. This is the thing, because I have nothing to guard against. It's not like I feel under attack now. I just don't want to feel like I'm attacking beyond belief because of past experiences. Unfortunately, like I say, present experiences are backing up past experiences, which has shown that unfortunately you haven't changed much, mate. And I kind of thought the whole point of life was change. You go through a period and you figure things out and you become different as a result of that kind of stuff. But I don't know, you just seem to be stuck. No, see, I'm not right. Right. So now you're using the word I used against you, against me. So who are my gurus? Sorry, who are mine? Anyway, like I said, unfortunately, yeah, I would now claim, from based on the comments you've made now, that you are still stuck in the cult mind, unfortunately, the cult mindset. And I don't really have any desire to continue a conversation with you. And I did say we was going to finish at 10:30, so 2 more minutes.
I got 131 over here.
Oh, why's my time messed up on my phone then? It's saying 22:28. Well, anyway, if you're saying 31, I'm happy to end it there, to be fair. It's a shame it's on a sour note. I mean, Cakes might not be happy with me when she comes back, but...
Hey, thanks for letting me join. I always...
No, Vlad, we probably would have stopped sooner if you hadn't, and it's been a great conversation. Unfortunately, sorry, I took us away from that and responded to chat a bit too much there, mate.
No, we exposed an instigator right here. That's trying to come in and cause a bunch of ruckus. And he's the one projecting, or they, or whoever the hell they are. I don't know if it's a male or female. I'm assuming it's a male. Coming here and saying a bunch of crap, just to get a reaction from both of us. So it was good. It's still good.
Yeah.
Now I know who this son of a bitch is.
Well, no. Again, please don't. Yeah, don't definitely make a decision now. Like, I mean, feel like he may be different around you in a different setting, but yeah, I mean,
Just say what am I seem upset?
No, you don't. You really don't. I mean, you're giggling. Like, you have a giggly voice.
Ask Jed. I've gone off on some motherfuckers before. I would spend fucking 4 hours on a hangout, fucking just going after somebody, telling them what a fuck stick they are, and fucking. I'm just laughing about this because I'm recognizing it right away. That's what I'm saying. He's already told me how he is. It doesn't matter about anything else. I don't need to know anymore because there's no reason for him to say what he said. He explained himself. We explained ourselves. That should have been the end of it. But now it's still going after. I see. Yeah. Okay. How about a fuck stick? Sorry, piece of shit. How about that? I won't insult your mom because I don't know your mom, but I know you now, and you're a fucking worthless fuck stick at that. So let's.
Well, to be fair, he is probably an insult to his mom, so you don't need to insult his mom. He does it himself every day by existence.
Here it goes. I gave him a fucking.
See, this is what I was afraid of. I kind of knew this is how it was going to go, which is why I was so tentative. But
it just proved it. I know we're on the same page. This motherfucking fuck over here. I'm teary-eyed. I'm laughing so hard over here.
It's funny, and I will probably have a little giggle about this with Cakes when she's rewatched it, and because she'll ask for an explanation as well, I'm sure. So.
Angry or upset or fuck. Yeah, I'm calling the guy a fuck stick now, and I apologize for calling him a son of a bitch because I don't know his mom, but him, yeah, he's a fuck stick.
Yeah.
All right, D. I'm gonna jump off. We're gonna be
cheers, man. Yeah, my clock's actually jumped and it's now saying 35. So yeah, we're definitely past the half past. But
All right, later, everybody, except for Beyond Belief, you fuck stick.
Yeah. Cheers, man. And oh shit, yeah, he's actually right. No, thanks everyone for stopping by. Like I say, we'll probably end up doing another show in the next couple of days when Kate gets back because she won't like having to have left. But if not, see you next week, same time, same place. Positive, negative, and neutral. I can even do my outro, I suppose, because I'm the only one here. All right, laters all.